Hello. Oh my god.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, doggos.
my sister is here, so we might have dogs that are
Hi,
going to be
Bella.
talking. No, my older sister. Like they just arrived.
Oh, hi, Mitch.
Okay, so they're
Oh,
going to
nice,
be
nice.
the dogs are going to be very noisy. Cut. cut, cut, cut.
Hindi
Continue this
kaya, Mitch.
conversation later. Wait. And welcome back. Okay, let's just pretend that none of that ever happened. Woo.
Put in new sound effects.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. So
It's
we are gonna
raining
have a
hard
super
here.
fun show today because first of all, this is a re-record.
Really? Oh my
This is a
god.
re-recording of a previous recording that failed. We had recorded a whole
What?
fucking hour and it failed so hard. So this is gonna be fun.
Yes.
Also, we have a special guest coming in later, and as
Yeah.
well as a new story that we haven't talked about, even in the previous recording. We haven't talked about it yet. It is Nins. I almost died.
Fresh.
I I,
Oh
I
yeah.
almost died.
I
Okay,
know.
we'll talk
I
about
know.
that.
I was
We'll talk about that
we
after
were
the theme
talking
song.
about that. Mm.
I have a question for you.
Why do you seem so scared?
Hi, I'm Niña.
And my name is Andrew. Welcome to Frightening, Alarming, Real Life Tales Show, a podcast where we talk about scary things that may or may not have happened in real life.
You don't know about that?
No.
You don't know about that? Oh my god.
I am genuinely freaked out. So sit back, relax, and try not to go crazy with fright.
Aren't we all crazy?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
And welcome. My dogs are barking so loud. What the hell? Shush!
Dog-
Thank you.
Everyone say hi to the doggos. They just want love. You see? The dog
No.
agrees.
They're just very protective of their territory, and when there's someone who is like obviously not from here, like they start barking. So
You know, I just thought because the dogs sort of mark their territory by peeing. People should pee on the area, which is all a gross thing. Ew.
I can't say for certain that maybe one of them marks their territory by peeing. I do know that
I don't know.
they just run around peeing.
I don't know dogs. Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's a thing that dogs do. But like, I'm pretty sure I keep them in check. Like, no,
If they
don't
pee
pee
or
there.
not.
This is my territory. I pee there. So
Yeah, like parang a bracelet attached to them, and then it goes beep 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 beep.
Oh,
They're
no,
gonna
no,
go pee.
don't
And then-
pee, nip.
Peeometer.
Okay, so welcome to the show. Welcome to Frightening, Alarming, Real Life Tale Show. I am, of course, Andrew, and I am here with my best friend, Niña. And we talk about
Hi.
scary things that happen in real life. Yes.
And donuts.
Yes, and donuts. We were just talking about donuts earlier, too.
I know. I
Okay.
know, that's why I said donuts.
So, I said that I had a brush with death like recently.
You and Death did the high five and then
Yes.
just passed each other.
Yeah, like death was flirting with me so hard,
He did finger guns.
and he was almost gonna finger me. Like seriously, I was almost gonna be fingered by death.
That's so long. It's so
It's meant to be.
long.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Here's the story. Here's the story, Nins. Okay, so
Mm.
we have like a normal dinner. So it's me, in front of me is my grandma, next to me is my mom, and then my sister, who usually doesn't eat with us, like she's in her room. Luckily, she didn't eat with us. Mom, apparently cooked like fish steak, and it's like this soup like with fish as well, and there's malunggay, and there's other
You know what
like
I imagined when
tomatoes.
you said
What?
fish steak. I imagined because for people we play D&D A and then in the D&D world his character sort of choked on a fish that looked like a steak, and then that's what I imagined when he said fish
Oh
steak.
my god. I totally forgot about that. That's like a that's like foreshadowing what was gonna happen. Okay, no, I didn't choke on a fish steak. What happened was, okay, so the meal was fine. Before that, I
Mm-hmm.
kind of did some flossing with my teeth. So I kind of cleaned my teeth,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had our dinner. Okay, so I take my first bite, and I was like, "Ooh, tingly."
Tingly.
Why am I okay? Like I take my first bite of the fish, and I was like, "Ooh, it's tingly, interesting." So I keep eating the fish, and then the tingle is gone. But then
My tingles.
it starts to become like painful tingle. Like it's like
Oh.
it's not tingly anymore. Like, oh, something's tickling my mouth. It's like it starts
Mhm.
becoming this sort of like, oh,
Pokey.
like it's stinging you almost. And
Mm.
I thought that was just because the food was spicy. Now, I don't eat
Mm.
spicy food because I hate spicy and I'm very
No.
sensitive with spicy. So I
Mhm.
thought
You
that,
have like the lowest tolerance ever.
yeah, I thought that was just a side effect of like I ate something spicy and me like flossing, like my gums were raw. That's why it was stinging. But okay, I finished the meal. I go to my room and then I start preparing for, like, because I start, like, I usually work on the podcast, like, almost every night now. And then,
Mm.
hold on. Shush!
Hi, dog.
Wait, I'm gonna close the window. Hold on.
Mhm. He farted. That was a fart.
Okay, back. Anyway, where was I?
Stop farting. Stop farting.
No, that was the chair. But where was I?
I know. I was kidding. You were in the portion where you thought it was tingly, but you thought it was just because it was spicy.
Yeah. And then, okay, so I go to
Mm-hmm.
my room after the dinner, and then I usually work on the
Mm-hmm.
podcast like almost every night now. So I was working
Mm-hmm.
on my notes for the next episode and for
Mm-hmm.
the upcoming. Oh, I almost said it. We haven't announced it yet. Um,
Upcoming thing
yeah,
that we
upcoming
will
thing.
announce later.
Yes, that we will announce later. Yeah. So anyway, I was working on that, and then all of a sudden, I start getting a hot flash, and like, okay, why does it suddenly feel like really hot? But it's not like hot all over my body. It's like hot
Mm.
just on my torso, like chest upwards, and it
Mm.
was burning in my head, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Um, and then I start palpitating. Like my heart was going duk duk
Mm.
duk 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 duk. Like it was,
When was the time that you chatted me? Is it that time that you chatted
yeah.
me, or a little
No,
after
no.
that?
It was okay. I was like trying to calm down at first because I thought I was having a
Mm-hmm.
panic attack. Because
Mm-hmm.
like it's a time where our mental health is very affected right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I was just having a panic attack, and like, okay, just try to calm down. Usually it works, but this time it wasn't. And then I look at my
Mm-hmm.
skin. I'm usually like, shirtless while recording, and like while like I'm in my room because my room is so hot. I looked at my arms. It was red. It was
Mm.
it was so red. It was starting to like make spots on my arms, and I was like, "What? What the fuck?" And then I looked on my stomach. My stomach was super red. I looked in the mirror. My head
Yeah.
was red. My eyes were bloodshot. And
Mm.
then I realized, oh, this isn't a panic attack. This is a bad allergy attack. Okay? So I go outside and then I was like, Ma, it was getting hard for me to breathe.
Mm.
And I was like, okay. At this point I was like panicking so hard. Like the palpitating wasn't helping. Before the whole quarantine thing happened, I was like a super yogi. I was doing these relaxing, calming exercises. I was like, okay,
Mm.
this allergy attack is gonna pass me by.
Go away.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna go away by itself. And
They're
then
trying to calm down.
and then I was like, okay, it's getting hard for me to breathe. So I should breathe slow, but breathe deep. So that's what I was doing. But it wasn't working. Like I wasn't coming
Mm.
down. I was like the palpitating was still so bad. So
There.
like my eyes were bloodshot at this point, like super bloodshot already. And then she was like, okay, do you want to go to the hospital? And then
Mm.
in my brain, I was like, do I look like I should go to the hospital?
But
I
you
get-
sent me a photo. You were really puffy when you sent me a photo.
That
Because
was
we were chatting.
yeah. That was
You
me
were
trying to
getting
calm.
puffy.
Yeah, I was trying to calm
Yeah.
down, but I was getting puffy. Apparently, do I look like I should be staying here? But I guess she was waiting for me to give the go signal because, of course, like maybe she'll do something that I'll get angry about. So I was just like, okay, yes, ma, I want to go to the hospital. So we drive. My mom is like
Mhm.
driving to the hospital, and then I look at her face. She turns on the light and she's like, I'm getting red, aren't I?
So you and your mom.
That's what she said.
Oh my god.
And then I look at her face, and she was also red,
Mm.
but I was having it worse. Okay, so we arrive at the hospital, and at this point, I'm like, I think I've calmed down a little bit because, like, okay, parang my brain was like thinking, oh, I'm about to get treated and all that stuff, but no, we had to wait like 5 minutes for the attending physician who was probably on his break to come out, and then like there's this like wall that prevents us from hearing each other properly.
Mhm.
So my mom was like explaining what happened, like I probably ate something, probably fish. And then the doctor was like, huh? And I was like, I ate fish, doc, I ate fish. And then and then oh my god, I forgot. Okay, before we went to the hospital, they made me like eat sugar, and then they made me drink milk.
Mm.
And okay, so I did that, and then okay, back to the hospital. We were like trying to get the message across. The doctor comes out, and then he puts this thingy on this machine thing, like this little machine thing on my finger. I think it's supposed to check how much oxygen I have in my body.
Mhm.
He said it was normal. So I was like, okay, so my breathing exercises were working because all this time I was like trying to calm down, like trying to breathe in and out slowly but surely.
Mm.
And then the milk kicks in. I forgot in all this panic.
Lactose intolerant.
Yes, I forgot that I was fucking lactose intolerant.
Yes.
And I was like, Mom, I need to poop. Mom,
Poopsie.
in the middle of this allergy attack, I don't think I can hold it anymore. I might poop now. Like, it's that bad. And then my mom was like, Doc, where's the nearest CR? And then the doc was like, in the isolation, go to the isolation. And I was like, no, we want the CR, doc. We want the CR. And then it took like 3 times of going back and forth to realize that the toilet was in the isolation room. So we were like, okay, let's just go to the isolation room. And then when I got to the isolation room, I was like, I can't hold it anymore. So I ran. And then I went inside, and then I look around. It's dark. I close the door and it's dark. I was like, where the fuck is the switch? Ma, I was like, Ma, can you turn on the light? Is the switch there? And then the lights go on. And I was like, oh, fine, fucking, finally. And then I take off my belt and then I picked the wrong time to put on like jeans that could like easily fall off. That's why I needed to put on like a belt. It should have been shorts so that it was just pull down, sit down,
Then do your business.
take it all down. So
Do it all about.
yeah, shake it all about, hokey pokey. Okay. Anyway, so I do that. Okay. Finally, everything is like on the toilet, and then
Oh god, the sound effects.
okay, I was like, I've calmed down a little bit, but the palpitating was still there. It was still bad. It was still hard for me to breathe, but at least it felt like a relief. It wasn't as worse as while we were driving to the hospital. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I've calmed down a little bit. I can do more things now. I look around. There is no toilet paper. There is no bidet.
Oh my god.
Okay, I always bring wet wipes. Okay, let me check my bag. My wet wipes were in my room in my house because I was cleaning something and then I forgot to put it in my bag. And I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And then I looked down. There's a sink.
Oh my god.
Not a sink. There's a faucet. And I was like, should I? Okay, fine. I guess I have no choice. It's either...
And wait, can I ask?
What?
Can I ask? You didn't think to send a message to your mom that you need toilet
No, my
paper?
mom is like right outside and I didn't want her to know.
Or
This is... it's already embarrassing enough, Nins.
it's your mom though.
Anyway,
I'm pretty sure like she
I'm an adult. I can handle my problems. Even if I'm almost
Okay.
dying. Okay,
Sure.
so I'm like, okay, gotta calm down. I have no choice. I turn on the faucet. I turn on the tap.
Oh god.
I s-
Your shoes are wet now.
I was wearing slippers, so it was fine. I stick my
Okay.
butt out.
You do it all about.
I go into town. I'm like cleaning my ass, and I'm like all the while I'm like trying to breathe, inhale, exhale, and like all this time like my allergies were like getting worse again. I was palpitating again, and I was like, gotta clean my ass, and then oh my god. Okay, so my ass is clean, and then I flush the toilet because you know how like when you flush the toilet, it like fills up a little bit, and then it goes all the way down. Yeah, that right when you flush your toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
I flushed the
It
toilet.
didn't flush.
I flushed the toilet. It goes up. It goes up. It goes up. And at this point, I'm like, oh my
Doesn't go
god,
down.
please, come on. I'm already in so much trouble. I'm already in so much embarrassment. And then it flushes down. And I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
thank
okay.
God. Thank God.
And it goes
Something
back up?
goes right tonight. So I put on no, it doesn't go back up. So I put on my
Okay.
shorts, I put my belt on, and then we go outside. We fill up everything. So once we fill it up, the doctors come out and then like, okay, come with us to the isolation ward. Okay, we go to the isolation ward. And then they're like, how are you feeling, sir? And then I was like, okay, I feel this, I feel that, I feel this. They're like, ma'am, he's very red in the legs. We're gonna need to put like epi something.
EpiPen.
No, it's not EpiPen. It's because the EpiPen is like it's like a pen, and then like it's like
And
that.
then you stab it.
It's like
yourself, right?
epinephrine or something like that. I forgot what it was. But it's in layman's term, in like human speak, it's adrenaline. It's supposed to help with my allergies. So that's what they did. But they were like, okay, we're gonna have to put it on your legs, sir. So you're gonna have to remove your pants. At this point, I'm like, do I really have to? I look at my mom, and then she's like, go, come on. And then I was like, fine. So I take off my belt. I undo my button, I unzip my pants, and
Mhm.
there I was lying down, barbecue sauce on my titties. No, I'm kidding. Um, and then they're like, okay, this might hurt a little, and you might start to feel you might start to convulse, because I didn't know that was a side effect of the thing that they were gonna
Cookies.
inject
I'm
me
kidding.
with.
Yeah.
And then I was just
Mhm.
like,
The epi something.
I was just like, okay, just do it so I can calm down. And then
Okay.
and then motherfucker, it hurts so bad. I was like, ah, it's like this huge ass needle poking you, and like it's there's like, what do you call it? It's like,
A giant needle.
no, it's like the blood coagulated, and then like it got hard. It's a what's that word? A scab. It's a scab now. I can see it. So I can
Okay.
I can literally see where they poked me with the epipherin thingy.
Epi thing.
Epi thing.
Mhm.
I will just call it epi. And then I started convulsing. Not like I was having a seizure or anything. I was like,
Mhm.
is it me or is it getting cold in here? It's kind of like that. Kind of like cold, like shiver. I think they decided to bring me outside to help me, because I wasn't used to the cold. My room is always hot because I have the computer on and I don't have like air conditioning
Yeah.
on in my room. And then they put like some this drug that's supposed to, because they check my blood pressure.
Help.
And my
Your blood pressure rose up, right?
No, my blood pressure went down so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, it was so low. Apparently.
Vampire.
Apparently. And then they're like, "Sir, you might fall asleep a little bit. Just ride the feeling." So I was just like, "Okay, I'm trying to fall asleep." But then, okay, so before the whole dinner fiasco happened, I was listening to a new song by Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and yeah, it was by them too, and it was called WAP. WAP stands for wet ass pussy. And
Okay.
at this point of the journey, the song makes its way back to my brain. So there I was, closing my eyes, and then when every time I close my eyes, my brain goes, wet ass pussy, wet ass pussy. I was, oh my god. Just let me relax. So for like, I guess like 10 minutes, my brain was replaying the song, and then I finally had enough. So I put on, like, I take out my phone and then I play some music on Spotify, and then I finally drift off for like 10 minutes, I think. And then I wake up. You might think, okay, I'm fine now, but no, I'm not. All of a sudden, there's this old man who has like problems.
Is it death?
I think so. He has problems with his heart, I think, and then he was hospitalized. Like they roll him in right next to me because he was like not breathing, and he was like his heart rate was irregular, and then he was coughing in our general direction. So I was like, girl, is this night trying to kill me with wet ass pussy in my brain?
That's a song that gets stuck in your head as you die.
I'm like, I refuse to die with wet ass pussy in my brain. So I do everything I can to, like, okay, I don't want to fall asleep anymore. I want to stay awake. This old man is coughing right next to me. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, fucking get me out of here. So after like we've been there for like a few hours already, and the doctor comes out, and then he explains to me that I had anaphylaxis.
What's that one?
It's when your body has a very bad allergic reaction to something. Could be like from medicine or from from food that I ate or something that I drink or something that I
So
sniffed.
that's the fish.
Yeah, it was the fish.
Okay.
And then my mom
No fish allowed.
and then my mom says, I think it was because the fish was going bad. That's why I had the allergy attack. Because she was having it too. So we ate the same thing. So it was like she was red in the face, but I think she calmed down at that point. It was only me who had it bad because when I get allergy attacks, it's usually like, okay, I can manage this. Like, okay, it's just a rash, I can relax. But this time it was like so bad. I guess it was because the histamines in my body were like too much. So they told me that they were like, why did you guys wait like 30 minutes to go to the hospital? The moment that I was supposed to have, like the moment that my attack started, I should have gone to the hospital right away. Because if I hadn't gone to the hospital, I would have died.
Oh my god. Like I was like chatting with you like during that time that like go to the hospital, like try some meds or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
What about your mom? Did she have the same thing?
No.
Is she okay
yeah,
too?
she's fine.
Okay.
She's fine. She it
Okay.
was just like she drank alcohol. Now she was just flush in the face. But I was like, I had it worse.
And then you were like worse.
Yeah.
Did your sister
No,
had
she didn't eat
it
it.
too, or
She didn't
she's
eat it.
fine? That's
She's
good.
fine.
That's good.
She's fine. So she was saved
Okay.
that night. But I'm fine now. So yeah. That's my brush with death.
Yeah.
Um,
Like that's like really good that you're okay now. Cause like I was chatting with you to like give me an update. How are you doing and shit. And then like, you know.
the main thing that probably kept me alive was the fact that I didn't want to die with wet ass pussy playing in my brain. I wanted like if I'm gonna die,
Some badass song.
no, not well. The song is badass. It's sexy as fuck. I don't want
Okay.
that. I want like violin. I want like like how
Yeah.
they
the
die in
elegant,
movies, like
fancy shit.
yeah, like it's super fancy and it's like no, it's hip hop rap about wet pussy in the brain of a gay man. Like I don't want to die that way. We're gonna take a break because my throat is like it needs water. When we come back, we are gonna be talking about unsolved mysteries. So we also have a special guest coming in later, and also the announcement. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
Scary, petrifying, terrifying, spine-chilling, blood-curdling, horrifying. Got some scary stories that happened to you? We want it and we'll read it here in the FARTS podcast. Email us a voice recording or write to us telling your scary experience at fartspod@gmail.com. Or send us a voice message over the Anchor app and get featured on our next episode.
And we are back. I believe it's Niña's
Hi.
turn to tell her story.
Yes.
So here we go.
Oh my Niña, there she goes again. My, she's got something for ya. Oh, you listener, brace yourself and then try not to get paranoia.
Okay, Nin, so why don't you tell your story?
So I'm gonna be talking about Ethiopia's missing students. So I believe this happened last December. Basically, a bunch of students, about 16 I'm sorry, 18 of them, 14 women and 4 men,
How old were they?
were let me check if it says here. I'm not entirely sure, but it says that some of them were 17, so roughly around that age.
Oh, okay. And then.
hmm So basically, these students were on their bus and they were going to some place called Dembi Dolo. So as they were going there, their bus was stopped and some men ordered them out of their vehicles. The entire event happened on or in Africa rather. So they were stopped and then they were asked to walk for a very long time through, I believe, a forest. Um, as they were walking, they most of them out of tired, they're really tired, so most of, or if not all, they stumble and fell, and then the kidnappers basically helped them up like as they're walking, and then this gave one of the students to escape. Asmira took this opportunity while like the kidnappers
We're like
the
helping.
kidnappers were distracted helping distracted helping other students to like walk. She took the opportunity to run away, and she spent about 2 nights in the forest, and she was really uncertain where she was. She kept walking, and she came to a clearing of the main road.
And then
Here in the main road, she met an elderly man. He was alone, and then the man asked him why was she there. And then Esmira basically told him what happened, that there was a kidnapping and so forth. And then the man asked her to put on a jacket and hide under a tree, because if the people or the kidnappers saw the old man, they might kill the old man. So they called in and they tried to go back, and they tried to contact federal police. The thing is that until now, there's no further reports on like what happened, where they found, and even who initiated the kidnappings. No one claimed,
terrorist
no
group.
parties, no groups claimed that, oh, we were the ones, this is our demands. No, nothing like that. They were just kidnapped, and that's it.
So, like, speechless. God, could you imagine? Like, you're probably coming home from a trip, school trip, and then all of a sudden your bus gets stopped, and then like these men in masks like come out, and then like they're like, okay, get out, we're taking you somewhere. Like, do you know how scary that would be?
Yeah, then you have no idea what's gonna happen next,
Yeah.
and then like the families of these children, they're like all scared, they're all like worried, because like they don't know if their kid is still okay, if their kid is even alive, and so forth. I mean, like, if it was your relative, if it was you, you don't know what's gonna happen, and things like these, they're not like joke. They're like, it's something to think about, that you always have to be careful, and then
Yeah, and you have to like always be on your toes.
mhm,
Like it's good that what was her name? Esmira.
Esmira.
Esmira found a.
I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name.
It's good that she found an opening to like get out of there, because if she wouldn't have, then we wouldn't have known, and like
Yeah, no one would have known.
no one would have known that these children were like taken away. But now,
Yeah, most likely it's just, oh, there's a bus missing, the children are missing,
Yeah.
and that like no one would like acknowledge that it's a kidnapping. It could, like, people would just speculate that, oh, there was an accident,
yeah, or something
and
like
the bodies
that.
were not found. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But it's really a shame that that like there the other kids are like, I don't know, what are they? I hope they're still okay. How long ago was this? Last year, December, right?
Yeah, last year December. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This article that I'm reading on is from BBC News. It was dated on March of this year, March 16th of this year. So I tried to look for other
In the
stories
middle
with
of a
regards to
fucking
it,
pandemic?
like. Mhm.
What the fuck?
So I tried to see if like there's any updates with regards to the story, if their government was able to try to track down, because as far as this article, they did try to like look for groups that
Uh-huh.
would have done the event, but no groups claimed that they were the ones who did it.
Was it you?
So
No, it
that's the
wasn't me.
thing.
Was it you? No, it wasn't me.
I don't know.
Like, who just, to be fair, like, who just says, we did it? We did the kidnapping.
I mean, normally they would, and then they would ask for demands because they would want something, right?
But maybe
That's
it
the
was the
whole
kids that they
the whole point
wanted.
of the kidnapping. Yeah, and then like you never know, like if what's gonna happen to them, black
It's
market
either,
or
yeah, they'll be
um
black, like, be sold in the
like
black market.
slavery or
Yeah,
something.
or probably, like,
Because
their organs will be used.
slavery
It's like,
is
oh,
still a
God,
thing.
scary.
Yeah, or prostitution. The women would be drugged up and
Oh,
shit.
God, that,
Like you never know. It's like really bad.
Well, thank you so much. I would say I enjoyed that story, but I would be lying. That was unsettling. When we come back, it'll be my turn to tell my story. I never fell down a hole as deep as this one. It's got so many layers. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be right back.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Andrew. You may know me as the co-host of the frightening, alarming, real-life tale show. But did you know that I also make video blogs? Yeah, they're all on Facebook. So come and join me in all the crazy adventures that I get up to at www.facebook.com/The Andrew Tops. That's TheAndrewTops. See ya!
And welcome back. It is my turn
Hi.
to tell my story.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Story for you. In this hand of mine,
Wet ass pussy.
you can't stop the things I do. I lie. I've searched high and low,
Yeah.
wrote down an essay.
Ugh.
Now Andrew is back, and there's hell to pay. There's a story for you. And this hand
Okay. Here we go. Okay, so I say it again. I am not joking that I fell down. I've never fallen down a hole as
Rabbit hole.
deep as this one, and my entire quarantine existence hasn't been as consumed as this since Mamma Mia. Okay, so
Mamma Mia.
in most accounts, the story begins when parents Thelma and Dionisio Chong reported to the police that their daughters, Mary Joy and Jacqueline Chong, were missing. Although it was a very intimate case at the time, it didn't become public until 2 days later when a body was found at the bottom of a ravine in Karkar, Cebu. The body, after an autopsy, it was revealed that the body was raped, murdered, and then thrown down a cliff. And it was believed that the body belonged to Mary Joy Chong. So the sisters, I'm gonna be talking about the Chiong Sisters, and it's a very controversial case, and it's got lots of twists and turns. It's like a movie. Like, if
Now showing.
now showing. Well, not really. This happened in
Season 1.
this happened in 1997. So they were last seen in July 16, 1997. They were going home from Ayala, Cebu. Mary Joy was wearing a light orange shirt, blue jeans, and pearled sandals, while Jackie was wearing a floral shirt, an off-white corduroy pants, and black leather heels. According to some witnesses, the sisters were apparently forced into a van by a man, and witnesses say that they also saw 6 other men assisting the girls inside of the van. Like, they saw 6 other people. So the 6 people were later identified as James Andrew, James Anthony Oy, Josman Anzar, Ariel Balansag, Alberto Canyo, and Rowan Adlawan. The man who led the Chiong sisters inside the van was identified as Francisco Paco Laranyaga. Whoops. Uh-oh. I butchered that name. Let me say that again. Was identified as Francisco Paco Laranyaga. So, they detained the 7 people. 6 of them were taken from Cebu, but Paco was detained or approached by the police the first time in Manila. So, do you see where I'm going with this? Like, it's strange.
Yeah.
It's already strange. Like,
questionable.
Like,
Yeah.
why would he be in Manila? Oh, he probably, took a flight to Manila and stuff like that. Okay. So,
Yeah.
let's first think that way. Okay? So, according to the story, Paco was approached by men in civilian clothing and was told to come with them because apparently he's under arrest. Eventually, after some talk, he was allowed to be free on the condition that he goes to Cebu the next day for questioning. And, because his family is like, well off. So he does go to Cebu the next day. And then on that same day that he went to Cebu, he was arrested for the murder of the sisters. So,
like on the day that you arrive, basically.
Yeah, on the day that you arrive, what was supposed to be a questioning turned into
Immediate arrest.
immediate arrest. Like, what? Okay, so months go by, and the police are coming up with nothing to prove that they did it. So at this point, like, everyone in Cebu were like, "Come on, hurry this up. We need answers. Come on, police. You are like as incompetent
What's going
as
on?
ever.
What's taking forever?
It's taking forever." And then, even to a point where the president of the Philippines,
Estrada at that time, right?
I think so, pressured the police to come up with answers. So, one day, someone finally steps up His name is Davidson Rusha. And okay, if you go look him up on the internet, he looks like this 90s heartthrob, sort of like, okay, I'm skinny, and like he's got nice that nice 90s hair, like he is handsome, like, I must admit.
Well, how do you spell his last name?
Rusha, like Russia but one S.
Okay. Because I thought it's an L. Okay. There's a bunch of pictures. I don't know which one. Anyways, go on.
If he looks like he has a mid part, like, and he's got that 90s boy band hair, and he's got glasses on,
It's fine. It's fine.
that's him.
I'm sorry. He looks like a druggie.
But he has that, like 90s boy band hair, and he's
No.
got that, he looks handsome. But yeah, he does look druggy.
I'm starting to question your taste, but okay.
He looks druggish, but he's got that boy band swag.
Sure.
Okay, so he claims that he was there on that night, and that he was a part of the alleged kidnapping and murder of the Chiong sisters. He gives this recounting, and the police are like saying, finally, all these people are gonna get off our backs, and we can finally take this to court. So they did. The court case was a mess, right? First of all, there were 10 witnesses confirming that Paco was in Manila that night on July 16, but the judge was not having anything with it. There were literally pictures of him being with his friends at a bar that they were hanging out at, but the judge said that the photos were edited because the color of the chair didn't match the color of the chair that Paco was sitting in didn't match the color of the other chairs, despite the fact that other people were sitting in that same chair in different pictures.
Wait. Can you explain to me what's the connection of the color of the chair to?
They're like, okay, so the judge was like, this is tampered evidence. This isn't real. You guys are trying to cover him up because the chair doesn't match the other chairs. You clearly you clearly
the
photoshopped
judge says
this into the picture, despite Photoshop not being
wasn't existing.
well, it was existing, but it wasn't in widespread use, and certainly not available to students
in the Philippines
at the time. So it was like, nope, these are not valid evidences. And then there was literally like an attendance sheet with his name on it. Like, he wrote down his name, but the thing was, it wasn't in line with the other lines. It wasn't like in line. Do you get me? Like, you know how when on a piece of paper there's like lines, and then you're right in between those lines. Apparently his name kind of looked like it was just written like after like an afterthought.
Okay.
So that was
I think
it was like in the line itself.
Picture.
It wasn't in the blank space in between the lines. So that was also dismissed. So okay, they call Davidson Rusha they call him to testify, and immediately, right after he testifies, they released a televised dramatization of what happened based on the story that Rusha told. So it was like, I think it was ABS-CBN that released that video, dramatization. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say demonstration.
Like, it's such a struggle. God, I almost died, so it's fine. Anyway, long story short, the 6 people except for one, because he was a minor, were ruled guilty. Okay, this is okay. I had to look back because this is a re-record of the episode, so I kind of had like some time to look back on the information, and I found that I missed a key point. So the judge ruled that everyone involved with the crime has to serve 2 life sentences. But the mother, Thelma Chong, she was wailing in the court. She was like, "No, it has to be death penalty. It has to be death penalty." And she was shaking, and she was like convulsing and everything. And then like the Thelma Chong's sister was like, "Oh no, sinapian siya ni Mary Joy. Sinapian siya ni Mary Joy." And then it was like
Sapian, by the way, for other non-Filipino listeners, it's basically possessed.
Yeah.
So it's they're claiming that she's possessed by her sister.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what the sister was saying. She was so angry that they didn't get a death sentence. So after a little bit of talking with the president was, I think, I'm not sure of the facts. I might need to fact check this. I think basta the ruling was changed to death penalty, and then they were happy. And then everyone was so happy because they were like, "Whoa, no rich is above the law." They're thinking these people, because Paco Larrañaga was a descendant of Osmeña. The other 4 people in the 6 are rich kids in Cebu. They come from rich families.
They're old money.
Mm-hmm. So they're all super happy that finally we even they can be persecuted, and they're happy. Yeah, that's basically it. The public was super happy. Okay, so that's done, right? The case is finished. Wrong. Because first of all, there are a lot of problems with the case. One was first. Okay. One was the body that was found was never proven to be Mary Joy. Okay. They just assumed it was her. But after they took a splice of her finger. They matched it with Mary Joy's voter's ID, and they said it was a match, but the defense never got to
the chance to
check it out.
Check it out, and
And then another was immediately after Rochelle testified. He would say that he didn't feel well and that he couldn't continue with the questioning. So the judge was like, "Okay, we are not going to push you. We'll call this adjourned for now. We'll take a break," and stuff like that. So the defense never got to cross-examine Rusha for any of the lies that he or alleged lies that he spewed out during his testimony in real time. And speaking of Rusha, he was apparently detained for a different crime when he suddenly, quote unquote, decided to speak up and say that he was part of the killing. So David Rusha is the star witness of the crime and all that.
The thing,
and that he would testify against the 7 people on the condition that he was set free and that he would be left alone by the police. Some people don't know was apparently that there are accounts that he was tortured by the police before he
Oh.
suddenly spoke up.
So they basically beat the shit out of him just to like get word.
Yeah, that this is all alleged. Okay,
Allegedly.
allegedly. Now, skip to a few months later. The judge checks into Waterfront Hotel in Mactan, and then the
Mhm.
next morning, he was found dead with a note saying that he felt hopeless and that he lost his sense of purpose. And eventually, it was ruled as a suicide. I don't want to go into detail on what happened, but basically, he had like a lot of things, a lot of cuts, a lot of wounds on his body before he allegedly shot himself to death. But the
Mm.
thing was, the note was never analyzed. Like if it was his handwriting or what. Not that it would make sense because handwriting analysis don't really work anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
it was never analyzed, and apparently there are reports saying that the judge entered the hotel with a woman the night before he was discovered
Unidentified.
dead. Yeah,
Mhm.
unidentified woman.
Unidentified.
Yeah.
And no one really talks
So
about it.
here is where the information gets a bit juicy. Not that the case wasn't already juicy. Apparently, after the case, the prosecuting team and the investigating team all got promotions. So
Hmm. Shady as fuck.
I know it's so shady.
Mm.
So yeah, I want to ask you: do you think the story is solved? Yes or no?
I mean, for me, I know it's all alleged, but we never know. So I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean, like, what really happened
Mm-mm.
on that night? That's what we all want to know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the case was so sensationalized, it was found by a journalist that the father Dionisio Chong was apparently a trusted cohort of an alleged drug lord in Cebu. So he was very close to this man, and apparently, Dionisio Chong was supposed to testify against the drug lord, but then the daughters disappeared.
Oh.
Diba? Shady.
Mm.
And then
Shady.
right after they disappeared, he decided not to testify anymore.
But why though? I'm like,
If you've lost everything, wouldn't you be like, okay, I've lost everything.
yeah, you have to.
I have nothing
you would,
else to
like,
lose.
Put yourself.
So
Put yourself sort of out there.
so I'm gonna testify. But he
Yeah.
decided not to testify, and now there are apparently rumors that the sisters are still alive.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, there are some theories that Mary Joy was actually dead, but then they were able to save Jacqueline from being killed, and then her name was changed to Debbie. She now lives in Canada or something. So yeah, that is my fart. It is like a movie, and I could go deeper into this. There are more things to discuss, but sadly we don't have time because our surprise guest is coming up, and also we will have an announcement. So we're just gonna set everything up, and then we'll be right back. Okay?
Yes.
Hey Nins, do you wanna tell them Nins?
Have you left your review in yet? No? Well, what are you still doing here? Go! Go and write a review on Facebook or iTunes.
Okay. I'll just, let's get back to the show. And Welcome back. We are here right now. Wait, let me just play the theme song first. Here we go.
It's time for you to bring it in. Andrew and Niña are waiting, so come on down. We'll read it now. Your stories that make us go.
How? Okay, so we are here with our guest, Kuri.
Hi, guest.
Hi, Kuri.
Kuri.
Oh my god, finally you made it
you?
here. Okay, so if you didn't know, last episode, she sent us this long ass recording of her
I'm so sorry. you
telling
guys.
telling us a story of how this white lady was running after her and her cousin, who was her nephew. And yeah, and so that was her fart. And then she said that she had more farts. And originally, we were going to talk about, in the previous recording, we talked about an elementary, like something that happened to her when she was in elementary, in grade school. But after some talking back and forth, she gave us a more gripping story. And that's what we want to hear this episode, right?
Oh
Through
Vince?
yes.
someone.
Yes.
Ooh, I hope this story gives you guys chill. Can I
So-
cuss?
Yeah, of course. We
Yeah.
cuss. Okay,
Okay.
so why don't you tell us the story of the time you met a witch doctor?
Oh, is it a witch doctor or a quack doctor?
Quack doctor is
They're the
still
same, I think.
quack is a Filipino term for witch doctor.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So back. Oh. Okay, theme song.
Go. No. Go.
Oh, I thought you were like saying a theme song or something.
Oh my god.
No, that
Okay.
was the background music, Corey.
Oh, that was the background music. Okay.
Go.
So this happened when I was like, I think I was in fourth grade or in third grade. But that was the time when my uncle was still alive, and then he had a witch doctor come over to our place because he had some kind of like an ailment that he had to treat. But that's for another story, I guess. And I'm gonna like tell you guys about how this witch doctor kind of like got rid of that entity, well, entity that was possessing a distant relative of mine. Okay, so back when I was young, oh my god, my cousins and I were like playing around outside the house because there was like kind of like a big lawn outside, and then I usually hang out with my cousins when I was young because I don't have any friends or like any other friends that I can play with, so I usually go to their place. And then one day, kind of like it was like a very loud kind of like noise, like everyone that was like making a fuss in my cousin's house.
Uh-huh.
And then they had to like actually hurry and call in the witch doctor in my house, who, because the witch doctor was staying at my place while she was like treating my uncle back then. And then when they had to call the witch doctor to my cousin's house, we followed them inside the place. So we saw their cousin, my distant relative, being kind of like possessed. Yeah,
What?
possessed because, well, it's not kind of like, but she really, really, really got possessed because her voice was kind of like changing a lot. There was a deep voice, there was like a high pitched voice, there was a kind of like a Chinese language. but
Was
I don't
he
think
talking
it's
like
Chinese.
this? Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, that's me talking in whale. I'm a whale.
Yeah, more of like that, but a little bit
and then
deeper.
I feel like it's
Oh.
Dory from Finding Nemo. or
Exactly, that's what
something.
I was saying.
Yeah, and then she was like really strong, and kind of like around more than five people had to hold her down.
I'm a ghost.
Yes.
Wow. And then she speaks in Chinese and like
Okay.
anyway, continue with this story. Okay, like people couldn't
Okay.
hold her
Yeah,
down, the cousin down.
and then the people, I guess, because it's Encanto
Okay.
that was possessing her, and then yeah, that's what the people around us told us, and then it was kind of like a royalty, the
Uh-huh.
Albulario said, and then it wanted to take that distant relative of ours to their kingdom in exchange for gold. And then my cousin's parents didn't like what the the what do you call
Albulario,
that,
the witch
the
doctor.
encanto ano
The
offered.
fake creatures
Yeah.
Yeah, the fake creatures, because they don't want to sell their cousins for like another for like a pot of
for
gold, like
gold.
yeah, it doesn't
Okay,
even
how
exist.
about one copper piece? No? How about
Oh my god.
2 copper pieces?
Yeah, and then the and then the Fey people, or the evil entity, got mad, and then it got really really violent. So
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah.
Mr. Brat, I guess. like like okay, Mr. Feeling entitled. Sa'yo ba yung child
Yeah,
na yan? Do you own
you
that
know how
child?
rich
Like
people. Oh,
true. Oh my god. Maybe it
mm,
wasn't an encanto, but really it was a rich person.
a rich Encanto.
Watch, all the rich people are like clicking off now. Anyway, continue,
By
continue.
rich people.
By rich
Please
people.
don't cancel us. Please don't
Us
cancel us.
being cancelled, sips tea.
No, that's so.
And then watch us get
Okay.
cancelled. Anyway, continue. Continue.
Okay.
We
We're
cancel
gonna-
ourselves before they cancel us.
Yeah, true.
Yes. So what happened was like, um, the witch doctor had to do her uh ritual, and then she was like holding some kind of like a piece, and then she was like going around the place, and then when she got to our corner, she was like telling us to like hawa dira, and
Like,
Like,
get away.
okay,
yeah,
she was
get
Leave.
away,
telling you
get away.
guys to get
Yeah,
away.
yeah, and then
Leave.
Okay.
Get away.
we didn't understand. We really don't understand why she wanted us to leave there,
Oh,
but
of course, you were
we
like,
left.
oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were like, what is this?
Our,
What is this witch
yeah.
doctor saying? Like, what?
Yeah, like
I don't
why are we
understand what's
unwanted?
Hara. Like, what are you
Yeah,
saying? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
like
What's Hara? Okay, sorry. I keep interrupting. Continue.
okay. So when we left our place, she was like still standing at the same place, and then telling that place where we stood to get away.
Oh, okay.
So
So, like, okay, so you guys left,
yeah,
and the witch doctor
was still
was still there, facing the
Yeah.
same way, telling that area
where
Hawa.
we stood.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and then she just told us that the other entities were like trying to make us their shield from her ritual, so we had to leave there. And then
Ah.
because I
Okay.
think one of us was going to be next, so she had to like
Oh, the they
yeah,
we're like, thank you. Next.
yeah, like that. And then after that we really got scared, so we like um garlic, we had a lot of garlic uh rubbed on our bodies
Uh
because we
huh.
were so afraid. And then the other people that who saw the exorcism was like um doing that thing too. And then the albulario, wait, the witch doctor told me to change my clothes because I was wearing red that time. And then
Uh-huh.
red was like very kind of like, what do you
Eye
call that?
catching.
Yeah, it was
Eye
eye-catching.
catching. Yeah, it's really, really eye catching for spirits. So I had to run my ass way back to the house just to change my clothes and then go back. And then
What
when I
color did
got
you
back,
change it to?
I think it was white. I think
White? Okay.
white or green. I forgot the color,
What?
but
If
it's
you're
not
gonna change
red.
it to green, it's like still eye-catching.
I don't know, but red is not. But as
Long
long
story
as
short,
it's
it's
not
not
red,
red.
Yeah, long story
as long
short, it's
as
not
it's
red.
not red, as
Okay.
long as it's not red, so
And
I'm
then
probably safe. And then when I got back, like she got she got again really 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 violent because she was like the possessed person was like thrashing around, and then a lot of people were like
uh-huh.
trying to get a hold of her. And then we had to get away because we were still kids, and kids were like very very vulnerable to those kinds of like
Uh-huh.
evil energy. So when we got out, we were so worried. We were like waiting for a very long time outside, and then after that, it was like all over
Oh.
because
Uh-huh.
the albulario was like doing last the last part of her ritual. And then the possessed person was like started to like calm down and then take a rest. And then
So
she was like
eventually
doing,
the witch doctor was successful.
yeah, she was really she was successful. And then she told us that not to tell the story again and again for like very consecutive or something like that because it might follow us.
Well, here you
But
are
here I am
Thinking about
telling
it.
people.
talking about it.
Yeah.
Telling
I
us.
have a question. With regards to your cousin, like when your cousin was fine and everything, did you ask the cousin like, oh, what did you feel and so on, or like
I
it was
didn't
like
because
totally
I was so
normal?
afraid. I was so afraid to
Okay.
be at least
Did
near
your
her.
cousin
Wait,
talk about it
you
or
didn't know,
anything?
Nins? Nins.
What? What?
That cousin is Ariana Grande. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So thank you so much, Kuri, for telling your fart. And now,
Thank you, Kurs.
now that that's finished,
A
it
special
is
announcement.
time to announce to everyone what we've been preparing for what weeks already. Okay, so August August 21, we are gonna have the first ever live show of frightening, alarming real life tale
Live
show.
show.
Yes, live show. This will be the live show. Can I get an applause? Come on. Yes, thank you. It is going to be the first ever live show of the frightening, alarming real life tale show. I just said that again because I'm looking through my notes. It's gonna be on August 21 at 8 p.m. on my Facebook page. So it's going to be we're going to go live there. Stop clapping. You can stop now. It's
I'm trying
distracting.
to distract you.
I know.
Yes.
And it's
I know.
working.
It's working. Exactly.
So it's you might ask who's gonna be on the live show. It's gonna be me, of course, and Niña, of course. And
Hi.
it's gonna be everyone who has appeared on this show. So Kuri will also be there.
Or someone who also hasn't been in the show.
Mars will also be there.
Mars was on the show.
Tirso will also be there.
Mhm.
And I believe well, she hasn't been on the show yet. But
Not yet.
Vivian, my friend Vivian, or V, is going to be
Your
on the
friend,
show.
our friend.
Our
I'm
friend.
friends with her too. Yay.
Sorry, she was my friend first.
Hi, V.
Okay.
Still
Anyway,
though.
she is a DJ on Republica.
Local.
Republica FM1
Oh,
here in
okay.
Davao. And I invited
Yeah.
her, and she was like, yeah, sure,
Yes.
I'll come. And of course, it's also because she has, helped me, like with the podcast and everything, not on the show directly, but like behind the scenes. So this is my way of thanking her.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun night. We're gonna play games. We are gonna have a live version of Fact or Fic, so you can play along with us.
And see who gets to replace me.
Yeah, and we'll see who gets to replace Niña, because that's what Fact or Fic
Yes.
is for. Finding out
Yes.
who will replace Niña ultimately. Come on, because I need a new Niña. Anyway.
This sounds broken. Yes.
So yeah, again, it's going to be on August 21, 8 p.m. on my page. It's just look for Andrew Tapino. And then of course, we won't have an episode on that day because on Saturday, we are gonna release the audio version of that episode on Spotify.
If
and everything.
if you weren't able to,
Join us.
come and join us, you can always
Join
still
us.
listen to, the audio
Yeah.
because it's gonna
Yeah.
be out still.
And of course, if you want, you can also watch the whole thing. The whole thing is gonna be on my Facebook page as well. The FARTSPod page will also share it, so you guys get to see it too. So there you have it. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Frightening, Alarming Real Life Tales Show. We are almost at the 2-hour mark of my recording, but that's only because we took long breaks. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we won't make it to 2 hours itself. But either way, this is officially the longest show we've ever had, all because I almost died yesterday.
What? What?
Oh, yes, Kuri, you'll find out when you listen to the episode.
What?
So I tell the story. Yep. So anyway,
Thank you so much for listening.
yep.
Hey.
Thank you so
Can I
much.
propose-
Sorry. Yes, sorry, Kuri, you wanna plug yourself? What?
Yeah, can I promote my YouTube channel?
Sure, go ahead. Go plug.
Okay, you guys. I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm not that active. But I will be when I get back from home. My name is Kristen Larowa. You can find me in my social media. It's Kristen, as in Kristen Stewart, and then Larowa. It's Laroa, Kristen Larowa.
Okay.
And
First,
then,
wait.
and then on my YouTube channel, yeah.
Go on.
And then on my YouTube channel, it's supposed to be Kristen Laroa, but I changed it to Kuri TV. So
Okay.
yeah, you guys should subscribe, and I have the link in my Twitter and then Instagram, and then I have a Facebook page. So it's Kristen Laroa.
Kuri, I have a question. Quick question.
Okay. What is
Single
it?
ka pa man, no?
Wait, what?
Okay,
You're
guys.
single, right?
Kuri is single.
Kuri is,
We're also advertising Kuri. She's looking for a baby boy.
Boy toy.
A boy toy.
Boy, I don't want to corrupt Myra.
Sorry. She's looking for a boy toy. If you're a single boy toy and you're somewhat, you kind of look
Wait,
East
how-
Asian.
wait.
Is that the kind of boy toy you're looking for?
Wait. How do you guys even know this thing? Did someone make chismis?
It was the albulario. It was Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
actually.
What?
She was telling
they
us
sent
everything.
a message. Yeah, they sent us a message.
Yeah, the albulario was like, Kuri's gonna be on the show, so Kuri's
She's
going to
single,
expose me.
go tell.
So I'm gonna expose her. Make sure you say these things. Okay, so yeah. Again, guys, Kuri is single. Hit her up. She's available on all social media. Just look for Kristen Laroa. On YouTube, she's Kuri TV. And yeah, we're gonna end. Thank you so much, guys, for listening.
Hey,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, A. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Nick.
much, Kuri.
Anytime. Thank you.
Okay.
Guys, see you.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the frightening, alarming real life tales show. You can follow Niña on all her socials at Nin C Fernandez. That's NINCFERNANDEZ. I'm at the Andrew Tops on everything, and the show's Facebook and Twitter is at FARTSPod. If you've got a scary story you'd like to share, then you can email fartspod@gmail.com or message us on our socials. Till next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, next week is the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is when they're gonna be
Yeah.
watching it.
I'll see you there. Bye.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass pussy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet ass pussy. Look, I need a hard hitter.
Yeah, that's what was playing in my brain.
Mm-mm.
This
Do you know what? Like the past few weeks na LSS ako.
what?
It's really sad. Mga ABC songs ng child. Because like yun lang yung gonna play sa TV. And I don't listen to music anymore because like I'm listening to podcasts. And then like nag-work ako nag-draw. And then like ang music playlist ko is like Disney. And I'm like I don't listen to other shit anymore because
I think
I'm like
if you're gonna die
I don't
there, you have it worse.
I hope. I know. It's like, of all things,
Oh.
A, B, C, D. Ugh, fuck.
I'm gonna get water.
It's like,
Balik mo na
head,
ako.
shoulders, knees, and toes. I'm like, fuck.
Balik mo na ako. I'll be right back.
Mm.